Alright guys, this is what I love about Utah. Last week I was snowmobiling, and now, middle of December, we're at Little Sahara Sand Dunes, and I got the bike loaded up under the tent here. Gonna go finish doing the break-in on that thing. I only was able to do the first part of the break-in down at some family's property, but now I can do the rest, and I got plenty of room to do it, so that's what I'm out here to do today. I'm gonna get this thing warmed up, and I'll also be, doing the normal change the oil and the filter after the little bit of a break-in period. And I'm excited to see how accurate all of the new stuff in the Power Tuner app is, like the fuel light and all that stuff. So I will be taking my phone with me just in case, and just to keep an eye on things. But anyway, we'll see if this thing even gets hot enough to turn on that radiator fan. It probably won't, but I mean, it's 53 degrees out right now. It's like perfect. Sun is shining. Couldn't have picked a better day to do it. Other than, of course, on my way here, somebody decided to scrape up the front of my truck while I was filling up with some ethanol-free 91. So, not excited about that, but whatever. For those of you that are curious how this works, there's hinges on the bedside of the truck right here that I have bolted through the bedside. Yeah, I know, probably shouldn't have done that, but I can just replace these plastic sides anyway, and nobody would ever know they're there if I ever sell the truck. But basically, I just use one of these cargo bars. Yeah, it doesn't look very strong, but the tent's not very heavy. And then I just strap these down also so that it doesn't fly the other way. But this is how I fit the bike in here. There's just enough room between the bar and the bike and all of that. I did just loosen this, so that's normally not touching up there. But anyway, so this basically, what'll happen is I just pick this up. Cargo bar falls, whatever, who cares? It's not a big deal. And then I use a strap to just keep it from flipping all the way open. And now I have access to everything and the bike, and I can still have my tent. So it's pretty convenient, but that's how it's done. So alright guys, I just got back from my second part of the break-in procedure. If you look at the Yamaha manual, which is where you should look for break-in information, not on the internet everywhere, in here it tells you it's very simple break-in procedures. It just tells you right here, after warming up the engine, drive it for about 20 minutes at a throttle opening of half or less. And then it says to make a pit stop, check mounted areas for looseness, oil leaks, and other problems. So you're going to mainly want to be checking on like spokes, your handlebar bolts, just things like that could possibly come loose when you first ride it. And if you don't know how to check spokes, the dummy way of doing it, or the easy way, is to basically grab it and try to wiggle it, and just follow some sort of procedure so you don't miss any. But you just kind of try to wiggle it, and as you can tell, these are not wiggling at all. If they are, then you can adjust it right here. Do not go tight. These do not need to be extremely tight. If you do that, you're gonna mess up your truing of the wheel. So if you are gonna mess with these, just tighten it until this doesn't move anymore. Pretty much, that's all you're gonna have to do. But on my last bike, I had over 200 hours on it, and I never had to tighten a front spoke. Yamaha puts quality wheels on their bikes, so chances of you actually having a loose spoke are very slim to none. But anyway, everything else on the bike looks good. This thing turns amazing. It is way, way better than the last generation bike. And a lot of people were complaining on the internet about the seat and how it's rounded. But personally, I actually like it a lot more than a square top seat, because when you're leaning the bike over in corners, it's just a smooth transition, and it doesn't feel like that corner of the seat is trying to basically violate you, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's just perfectly flat and smooth. And once you get up here too, I mean, it's just a nice round seat, and you can actually have like your butt totally shifted over to one side and not even notice it really. And this thing is, the suspension on the FX is perfect for me, especially out in the desert like this. It is soft, it's plush, it's awesome. But anyway, oh yeah, and the radiator fan guy right here, that sucker kicked on for me, and it is brushless. It's actually pretty quiet, believe it or not. I thought it would be a lot noisier than it is, but it's actually pretty quiet. And if your bike is still hot, when you shut it off, it'll keep going until the bike is cooled off, which is a nice feature, because a lot of bikes, as soon as you shut them off, they just start overheating. Anyway, back to the break-in. So over here, I just came back from my second break-in procedure, and right here it tells you after you make your first pit stop, drive it for about 40 minutes at a throttle opening of 3/4 or less. So that's what I just did. I just rode the bike for 40 minutes straight. With no stops. I just kept on going. I used about a gallon of gas in that time. And I was, playing around with the maps a little bit, because I did upload a map that I made on the Power Tuner app just to see what it was like, how different it was. And I actually liked my map a lot more than the one that came on the bike. So if you're not happy with how it is stock, then play around with the mapping a little bit. But the suspension settings seemed to be like dead nuts for me. I didn't feel like I needed to change a thing. It's just a nice smooth ride, and it has enough hold up to when you're landing off of a jump or whatever. It seems to just really be a nice cushion. But anyway, this thing is totally different from my last one, but I'm loving it so far. So don't forget though, check for any problems, looseness, bolts, anything like that. Also, if anybody was curious about what the map button switch does or how it works, all you have to do basically is press this big button here. This one's your kill switch. You press this once, and if the blue light is on, that is going to be your map number 2. If the blue light is off, it's map 1. So that's how you know which map you're in. And also the launch control can be activated from here, which does a rev clip. So it's a rev limiter at a certain RPM. You can also change that in the Power Tuner app, but you have to be in neutral to do it. So go into neutral, you press and hold this button for more than 1.5 seconds or so, and then it will start to flash. And that's how you know you're in launch control. I believe it flashes like a purple color and an orange or something like that. I think it alternates between the two. Or no, it flashes, it's purple when it's on, and then it flashes orange if you're at your rev limiter. So that way you know you're there. But yeah, once you turn that on, it's gonna just act like a drag car. I mean, you're gonna give it all the gas it's got, and it's just gonna sit there on the rev limiter at whatever you have it set to. You can set it from 6,000 to 11,000 RPM. So basically, mid throttle to full throttle if you had it off. So a lot of adjustability in there to get consistent starts, or just screwing around for fun. But anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna keep on riding, and I'm letting it cool off right now, and then I'm gonna go give it the beans, hold that thing wide open, stretch out that throttle cable a little bit, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it's a beautiful day, so perfect day for it. Oh yeah, get it, bro, on the disabled Harley. Come on, man, head up that hill. You know you want to. Go check it out. Come on. Give it the beans. Come on. Go up there. Do it.